being able to stand out in the sea of sameness, right? I mean, a lot of startups nowadays, they focus on their product, which is great, right? Getting that right, building the perfect product, the product that you want to go to market with. But a lot of startups forget about what that looks like from a brand perspective. Not just not just the logo itself, but what does the website communicate? What is your every single touch point that your brand communicates with your clients? What does that look like, and how does that stay consistency?
Welcome to Business Ninjas, brought to you by WriteForMe, where you'll hear from business leaders who are out there growing their business and slaying it every day. Learn from the masters. Let's get started.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of Business Ninjas. I'm here today with Ambert Rodriguez, Chief Creative Officer at Wheelhouse. Ambert, how you doing today?
I am well. Thank you for having me, Andrew.
My distinct pleasure. Appreciate you spending some time with us on Business Ninjas. Please tell us a little bit about yourself and about Wheelhouse.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I'll start off with myself. So been in the creative industry probably since 1998, 99, for quite some time now. Started off on the print side of things, and now I'm working on more of on a digital side. Wheelhouse is a brand agency that's been around since 2019. But Wheelhouse itself is a merge between my previous my previous company, which was called Paradox, which I started in 2012.
Okay.
And we kind of got purchased out, and we started Wheelhouse in 2019.
Tell us a little about that origin story. How did Wheelhouse come to be in that purchase?
Yeah. So to make a long story short, like I said, I had my own agency called Paradox. Started that in 2012, and we were doing a lot of work for a VC company out of New York, for a lot of their startups, helping out with consulting, with brand design, with website design, app design, product design itself. One thing led to another, where we just said, why don't we acquire your agency and offer those services to some of the startups that we invest in. So we basically became a kind of a three-pillar company where we offer investment services, we offer operational consulting services, and then we offer design services.
Excellent. And what verticals are you servicing at this point?
Yeah, for the most part, because of the past, we do a lot of hospitality, we're doing a lot of sports, and we're doing a lot of tech.
Excellent. And what are the most common problems you're solving for your clients these days?
Yeah, I mean, I think the common problems would be, how to, we call it kind of punch above your weight, right? Especially for startups.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to stand out in a sea of sameness, right? I mean, a lot of startups nowadays, they focus on their product, which is great, right? Getting that right, building the perfect product, the product that you want to go to market with. But a lot of startups forget about what that looks like from a brand perspective. Not just not just the logo itself, but what does the website communicate? What is your every single touch point that your brand communicates with your clients? What does that look like, and how does that stay consistently throughout? I think that is one of the biggest things that we're solving now for most of our clients. And we're helping them kind of put this together in a succinct way that that their team can run with.
Excellent. Let's talk a little bit about your current new offering, the MVB. Talk about that.
Yeah. So it's kind of a play on words. Obviously, there's minimum viable product and MVP, and we're calling it an MVB for minimum viable brand for startups. One of the things that we noticed as we've been working with larger enterprise companies and startups that have a lot of that have raised a lot of investment funds, is that they're able to kind of stand out with with a brand, with a consistency, like I was saying. And so what we wanted to do was we wanted to be able to offer this, to early stage startups, have some kind of we're doing this in 30 days, right? So it's basically a 30-day brand sprint that we're building out a brand look and feel for the startups, a website, a pitch deck template that they can use, for funding, for investing, for, pitching, and also, things like a brand guidelines and things like that can help them really kind of, again, punch above their weight and maybe stand out, to investors, stand out to people that, they're maybe looking to hire. And yeah.
That's a lot to get done in 30 days.
Yeah, we just recently, we're about to launch our second one. We already just finished one. And we're pretty excited about it. I mean, I think it went really well. It was for a startup based out of Canada, and we're just about to launch another one here, and it's a startup, a 3D printed shoe startup, which is actually a pretty cool idea.
Oh, interesting. What, aside from this ability to take a small business, a startup, and help them punch above their class in such a short period of time, what differentiates you? What makes Wheelhouse stand out?
Yeah, I think what we've done is that we've positioned ourselves as a growth partner for a lot of these, for a lot of our clients and a lot of our startup clients that we work with. We're not just here to be a one and done kind of, transactional agency kind of a thing. What we like to do is position ourselves in a way where we can specifically help them solve business problems, right? And help them scale.
Excellent. Let's talk about the last couple of years. You said that Wheelhouse came to be in 2019.
Yes.
I imagine 2020 was a little jarring in terms of COVID coming around and giving everybody a little wake-up call. Tell me about the challenges and opportunities and how you were able to sustain and grow through COVID.
Yeah, I mean, from an agency perspective, I think, well, let's start off with the team. Obviously, with a creative team, I think one of the things that we were able to do right away from the get-go was create some SOPs and some like procedures that we can, continually grow in creativity, and share our processes internally. But then with our clients, finding clients is obviously a different way, right? You can't network like you normally do. You can't, really the only way to kind of help that your agency grows is through word of mouth and maybe some kind of like digital, ads or things like this. But we were fortunate enough to have some really good clients that that we worked with and that have stayed with us even till now, and have been a good mouthpiece for us in many different ways.
Excellent. All right, let's talk about the marketing end of things. What role has content played in the growth of Wheelhouse?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think for the most part, like I said, we've been a pretty much a kind of a word of mouth agency. Most of our clients have been found either through networking meetings, through friend of a friends. And one thing that we're doing now specifically, especially for this MVB product that we're launching, is we're specifically putting out content to reach that specific demographic or that target audience. Content that's just around the importance of branding for a startup, why it's important. Content around why having a great website is important, and also focusing on that specific target audience when we're putting this out. We've started to run some ads now, which is interesting. We've never really done any ads specifically for our work because obviously, we're not like a creative as a service company, right? We're specific. We work with our clients. Every client is different. We're not necessarily working through some kind of process. And sorry, let me answer that a little bit better. We have a process, but every client works a little bit differently, and we're not necessarily have the exact same, 1, 2, 3 steps. Every client has different needs.
Absolutely. All right. Look down the road a year from now. What are some things you'd like to be celebrating personally and professionally?
I think professionally, I think one of the things that we want to start celebrating, obviously, we have our our clients that we work with on a day-to-day basis, but specifically this MVB product, I think, our internal goal is to have 1 year from now have helped 36 different startups. And so that might be small, but it's also, we have this thought of being able to do it well for these clients, maybe 3 to 4 a month, I think would be great. And then obviously, fine tune as we go along.
Excellent. All right, please tell us, what's your URL? Where can people find Wheelhouse, and what social media outlets are you using these days as well?
Yeah, you can find Wheelhouse at wheelhouse.io, and you'll find us on Instagram, on X, and on LinkedIn.
Excellent. Ambert Rodriguez of Wheelhouse, thank you for spending some time with us on Business Ninjas. All the best to you and yours, and continued success at Wheelhouse.
Thank you, Andrew.
My pleasure.